I was going to talk a little bit about how we met. So we actually met through social media when right in the early days, we started getting a lot of requests for voiceover artists. And the first place I turned to, I think, was LinkedIn. There might have been some Facebook out there as well. And what really stood out with yourself to us was that you were very out there on social media, very not just vocal, but actually you were using video. You were filming yourself in the booth and you were all over social media. And it worked so well as having obviously a fantastic service that you delivered. It just helped us so much. So how has video helped you to increase your brand?
I think when you are a voiceover artist, you're kind of almost selling just one element. Straight away, people just think, okay, I don't need a voice. So, park. I think video engages people in such a way where it's like, okay, I don't need a voice, but actually that was quite funny. And, I didn't know that. And, like the warm-up exercises that we did, not many people find it funny that you have to pull faces, they have to make funny noises, it's just something that's entertaining. And I think we do cross over because, we do sell things with our voice. We do provide educational content, but actually people do forget that when it comes to voiceover acting, that a lot of it is just entertainment. People always say after I explain what it is I do that, oh, can you do accents? Yeah. What accents can you do? Yeah. And it's like, I'm actually really bad at accents, but yeah, I can do them. Yeah. How many languages do you speak? Suddenly, and I think with video, kind of putting a face to a voice and actually seeing the fact that, it's not just a voice, is it? There is a person behind that. Yeah. I think with video, you can see the expressions as well. You can see the emotion. I mean, I've done some crazy things in the booth just to be able to get to pronounce and some things out. Some things I've done in German. I don't speak German, but I said I don't speak German, but the client insisted that they wanted my voice and that they quite liked the weird German accent. Yeah. It's like, okay, really? Fantastic. In Thai, so you do Spanish, so you do get crazy things. And now, probably 80% of my work are from American clients. And I just have to double check that they definitely want me to put on an American accent. Yeah, yeah. It's like, really? Do you not want to use somebody who's local, who's, native? Yeah. But they hear what they hear. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. When I'm obviously as a video editor and a videographer, I sometimes outside of work, I get sick of video editing. So I used to have a YouTube channel where I used to review comic books, right? And it was my joy. And then I started doing video production for a living, and it's like, I'm not editing any videos. Exactly right? What you're saying. And so I'm going to put this to you bluntly, but do you ever get sick of your own voice? Oh my God, yes. Yes. There's times when, especially if I've done an audiobook. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. And they are heavy because not only are you narrating, but sometimes you're also directed by chapters and paragraphs and I have a sticker for when my kids know that I'm having silent evenings or silent weekends. Yeah. And I just don't want to talk. You just don't come out your booth. I don't speak to my friends. I get phone calls or voice notes where I'm just like, I'm off the grid. Yeah, yeah. Just don't want to talk. I just don't want to hear myself anymore. Yeah. Just like all day. And mentally as well, it's quite draining, isn't it? It's very draining. Yeah, especially if you've got the cams on. Yeah. And all you can hear is yourself. Yeah. And you become almost like insular in this world. When you're practicing for a game, actually, whenever I think, whenever I feel really drained, is when I become a character, Anna the soldier from, 1950s or whatever. And I'm in it, I'm in the script, I'm, doing all the acting. And then I come out of it. I feel like I've been in that battle. Wow. And I'm knackered. Yeah, yeah. Because I've been climbing up this hill and being fired on, all these things. And by the end of it, I'm just like, oh my God, I've literally been through the wars. Over and over again. A little bit like an actor or actress then. Yeah. Who's had to do the same scene over and over. I'm not an actor. I'm not a trained actor. So I couldn't tell you what it's like to, say, be on stage or be behind camera. But I do wonder whether, because we're only providing the scenes with our voices, whether we have to over provide
The imagination, yeah. It's like even harder on the brain because you're having to fill in the gaps that an actor or actress has in front of them, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, one of the really interesting things about my line of work is I think because I love the niche that I'm in, and I found the niche. Well, I didn't find the niche found me. So when I first started off doing voiceover work, like everyone else, I thought to myself, I'm going to be hired by these big studios, get sent all over the world and play these characters, and that's the glamorous side of it. And yes, there is work like that. But what I found is perhaps it was my voice, or perhaps it was just the way my business went. But I got into the fintech space. So everything that I do now is so cutting edge. I signed so many NDAs that I can't.
You can't share it.
I can't put anything out anymore. Whereas back in the day where I was doing more, just more kind of just
like corporate stuff and
things that nowadays it's like it's NDA, can't talk about it until you sign it, and then once you sign it, you can't. No marketing material.
That's hard.
So I host a podcast as well called The Tomorrow Farm.
Yes, you do.
That merges science, agriculture, and technology to answer really pressing humanitarian issues. Sustainability, climate change, poverty and nutrition, two words that don't go very well together, but there is this movement, I suppose, where yes, the undeveloped world still need nutrition, and how do we provide that, and how do we keep feeding an overpopulated planet, and where do we go from here? So space farming, vertical farming, hydroponics, things like that. So really fascinating subjects.
Like futuristic.
But a lot of the stuff is also NDA. So
how do you make a podcast on a lot of NDA issues?
Well, a lot of things are internal.
Right.
And then the stuff that we put out is the rest. Is the rest of it.
Right.